days provided us with a whole range of techniques and tools to use in our workplace, and which helps the organisation to implement the change that we're going through. Change is so hard to implement anyway, and there's always a little bit of resistance and people are hesitant, something new, something different. But what people are doing may be different, but it's the same people, so it's how you harness that involvement, get their commitment. And for me, the reason I really wanted to go on the programme is when I read some of the initial outline, it talked about helping to get commitment rather than compliance. And for me, that was kind of the thing that really got me hooked and said, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I want the hearts and I want the minds, and I want people to come along with me. But if they don't believe in the change and the vision and what we're aiming to do, I'm going to have a really difficult time. So that for me was really crucial. The biggest one we've used, and the one we've used the most, is the driver diagram, which is no surprises. But what was really helpful for me was that we also had a national event on the Primacy Challenge Fund, where NHSIQ did a little workshop. And at that event we also brought some of our GPs. So even though I was aware of the driver diagram and used it and rehearsed with it, it was really good for my GPs to hear it firsthand from NHSIQ. And they were able to present that, and they could see the benefits of getting your primary, secondary drivers, and also they're looking at prioritising, and they could see how that was really useful to how we work here. And it was really tangible, and one of our GPs in particular hooked onto that one. Then I was able to work with her, because we've all gone through the experience of actually using that, to actually apply it practically in our project. So for me, the exciting bit is I know it works. It's been tested, I've tried it, I've had to do all of it. It's because I've done it, and I've seen it from that side. I wouldn't make other people do things I haven't done. So I feel confident in using some of the materials. I'm aware that they do work, and I'm aware that I get better commitment from others. That's really helps me feel more confident in helping in doing that facilitation. And with the GPs, it was the ones that came to the national event. They just mentioned it to their peers, and if GPs talk to their peers, it works really well. So that was really beneficial for me. I had some champions within our group that were able to spread and talk to others. So for me, it's getting the timing right when you're delivering that training, when the people are going on that course. And for me, I felt that I went on this a little bit after the start, and all the techniques and tools I was using, I was thinking, I wish I'd used them when I was doing the innovation and the thinking and the ideas. So sometimes I felt the timing wasn't always right for me. So the measuring, the metrics, I know it's a boring bit for people, but for me that's really useful, because that's an area where I did need to have a bit more guidance, a bit more understanding how you actually drill into that data and actually come up with look at those measures, are they working, are they delivering what we want to do, and looking at those diagrams with the different points in a period, and looking where they don't actually follow the trend, and where there's disparity between the range. It was really helpful for me. So I was able to use that straight away and not worry about data, whereas before about data and measuring I wasn't that keen. And I know it's a crucial part of the change model, but again that was a skill and a gap for me that helped to plug that. Well, I have already, and a lot of my colleagues say to me, oh, I wish I could go on that, or I'd really like to do that, especially colleagues that are coming to new roles where they are implementing now the integration agenda or something like that. It's put me outside my comfort zone at sometimes. I can't say I enjoy sometimes speaking in public and talking about my own story, it's just not how I am. But I can see when others do it, the benefits, and how I do get the buy-in. So when I see that, I'm thinking, well, it works for me that way around, so I must try and use some of those techniques as well. I think what was really useful is getting the feedback from colleagues as well. They were able to tell you what worked well, what didn't work well, and make suggestions. And having that kind of honest feedback in a trusting environment, and you know they're just doing it to help you to progress and move on. So I found that really useful as well.